Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam free online classes in science. Today, all of you ready? Have your pen, book and all that. Get ready, sit properly. Just half an hour. Okay? A very interesting topic. Chemical effect of electric current. You heard about heating effect, magnetic effect earlier. Now we are discussing about chemical effect of electric current. What do you mean by that? When current is passed through a solutions, it may be liquids or it may be solution. Then chemical reaction takes place. It decomposes. Is it not? It has got a wide variety of applications. So in the last class we have seen that liquid also can be good conductors. For example, sodium chloride solution, copper sulfate solution, all acid solutions, base solutions and salt solutions. But at the same time there are some which do not conduct electricity at all. Can I name some of them? Yes, honey, correct. Honey don't conduct electricity. Even water also a very poor conductor, correct? Even milk also. So there are some liquids which do not conduct electricity. Also we have seen that solutions of acids, bases and salts. Can you give some example of acids? Correct? Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. When you take bases, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, etc. Salts, sodium chloride, copper sulfate, silver nitrate and so on. So they are all conducting electricity, means current can be made to pass through them. And chemical reaction occurring through passage of electric current through a conducting liquid is called chemical effect of electric current. For example, if you want to get pure copper from impure copper, that is called electrolysis of copper sulfate solution. So pure copper will be deposited in the cathode. Similarly, pure silver. So like that pure metals can be got by this process. And also you have got what is called as electroplating. That is coating costly materials to the cheaper materials. How many of you know cycling? Okay. In cycling you have seen the handle, right? Cycle handle. It is chrome plated. If you just scratch it, of course you don't experiment. If you scratch it, no, that comes off. Why does it comes off? Because it is coated. Okay, it is chromium coated. So by the chemical effect of electric current, we can do a process called electroplating. Okay. And now let us see the home assignments. First question. In case of a fire, before the firemen use the water hoses, they shut off the main electrical supply for the area. So if you see some fire, usually what will the people do? They shout. They become emotional. They run here and there. Of course, clever people will immediately call for the fire people. There will be a separate department in every districts, correct? And they have got fire extinguishers. You might have seen very big lorries with the siren. They come, run fast wherever the fire. When there is a catching a fire, they run to the place. Now they are asking why do they do this? So before supplying water to the place, electrical supply is to be cut off. Means main switch should be shut off. Why they are asking? Because water may conduct electricity if the electrical supply for the area is not shut off. So water also is a mild, it allows mild passage of electricity, if not fully. Some of you might have experienced how the water gives shock, is it not? So I think there may not be nobody in this world without getting shock. It may be through water, it may be through the sockets, it may be through the gadgets and so on. Water also gives shock, is it not? That's why you should cut off the electrical supply. When water is poured over electrical appliances, then the electricity may pass through water and harm the fireman. So they will have big hose pipes having water. So if there is electricity coming nearby, that will pass through water and the people who work on that may get shock. That is why in case of fire, the firemen shut off the main electric supply for the area before they use water hoses. What do you mean hoses? Pipes. There will be big tanks. The fire engine will have a big tank there. In that tank there will be water, and the water will be taken in the form of pipes. That is what is called as water hoses. So next question. A child staying in area coastal region test drinking water and also the sea water with this tester. How the sea water will be? Anybody know? Of course, the coastal area boys or girls may know it. It is salty. He finds that a compass needle deflects more in the case of sea water. What is the reason? So there is a sea water, there is a drinking water, and both are tested by testers, and it is seen that sea water gives more deflection, and in the case of a magnetic compass needle. Why it is so? Sea water contains more dissolved salts. That's why it is very salty in nature. Anywhere you take any nook and corner of the sea, if you test it, it will be salty in nature. What is dissolved salt? Dissolved salts may be sodium chloride, mainly sodium chloride, and there will be potassium chloride, etc., etc. So that will be dissolved in water, and hence it is more conducting than the drinking water. Because of this reason, the compass needle deflects more in the sea water. Okay, because sodium chloride solution is a good electrolyte. So that means what? It allows the flow of current easily. Correct? Now next question. What do you mean by chemical effect of electric current? You have seen in the previous class about the magnetic effect, heating effect, etc. Now we are seeing chemical effect. The passage of an electric current through a conducting liquid causes chemical reactions. The resulting effects are called chemical effect of electric current. For example, I told you in the beginning, copper sulfate solution, for example, if you pass current through that, it dissociates into copper ions and sulfate ions. That copper ions will deposit in cathode. Sulfate ions will go to anode. So that is what is called as chemical effect. Now let us see today's topic. Today's topic are electroplating. Experiment on electroplating of copper. You heard about coating. Coating means what? Giving paints, correct? This is plating. Just in the same way, let us see what is it. So this is an example of that copper sulfate solution what I told. Here there is cathode, means minus. The small line refers to minus. This is battery. The bigger line refers to plus. So this is anode, this is cathode, and this is copper sulfate solution. There is a blue in color. That's why it's also called as, come on, anybody knows? Blue vitriol. Color is blue. And when current is passed through that, it dissociates into copper ions and sulfate ions. Copper ions will be deposited on the cathode. Sulfate will be going to anode. Okay. So what is electroplating? Is a process of depositing a layer of any desired metal on another material by means of electricity, by means of passing electricity. Okay. So here desired metal, suppose you want copper to be deposited, take copper sulfate. Suppose you want silver, what do you want to do? Anybody? Silver nitrate. Suppose you want gold, gold chloride or gold solutions. Correct? So that will be deposited in the cathode. So how interesting it is. And that is the need of the hour today. It is one of the most common applications of chemical effect of electric current. Now let us see some daily usage articles wherein the coating has taken place. All of you are very familiar with all these things. Correct? So can name some of them. This one all of you know. Cycle handles. Correct? And these are the, what you call, this is car bumpers. Bicycle handles. They are all called chromium plated. Looks like steel, but not steel at all. It has got a shiny appearance. And artificial jewelry. See, artificial silver, then this is also artificial silver. You might have seen what is called a rolled gold, especially in the marriage seasons and functions and all. Especially ladies, they will wear different kinds of artificial things. Of course, those who can afford, they will have gold items. Those who cannot afford, what they do? They use rolled gold. Uma gold, this gold, that gold. They are not gold at all. What are they? They are nothing but coated. Artificial jewelry items are gold or silver plated. Iron used in constructing a building is coated with a layer of zinc to protect it from rusting. So to protect, from rusting, they use zinc coating. So these are some of the examples of or applications of electroplating. Okay. Now we will do one small experiment on that. So fill a beaker with the copper sulfate solution. So here is a beaker. Have you seen beaker? It's a glass vessel with different measurements, maybe 100 ml or 200 ml, 250 ml, etc. etc. So a beaker of say 250 ml is taken. And what are these? These are copper plates. Why you must take copper only? Cheap and best. Earlier days they are taking silver, but silver is very costly now. And you can take aluminum also, but aluminum gets corroded easily. But copper is strong enough. That's why they take copper plate. The left side is called cathode, the right side is called is anode. And the blue color solution is called copper sulfate solution. So fill a beaker with copper sulfate solution, add a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is a conducting material. It helps for passing current through it. And then 2 copper plates of size 10 by 4, 10 centimeter length, 4 centimeter breadth, and clean them with sandpaper, rinse with water and dry them. So before conducting experiment, you have to take 2 copper plates. And then what you must do? You must clean them with sandpaper. Why you must clean with sandpaper? To clean it up, to make it shining. And then you have to wash it. That's what it's called rinsing. Rinse with water. Wash it with water. And dry them. Then only you use it for the experiment. Okay. So these are parts. Copper plates, beaker, then you have electric circuit also. So this is called circuit, electric circuit. This is what is called battery. This is plus and this is minus. So longer one is plus, smaller one is minus. And while showing you must show it from plus to minus. Actually electrons will move from minus to plus. So copper plates, copper sulfate solution, and that is blue color, pass current through it. Connect the copper plates to the terminals of a battery and immerse them into the copper sulfate solution. Just 15 minutes. Current is allowed to pass for about 15 minutes. Now the electrodes were removed from the solution and looked at them carefully. So when current is passed, what happens? Copper ions start moving. And where do they go? They move towards cathode. Okay? They move towards cathode. So what do you observe? The free copper gets drawn to the electrode connected to the negative terminal, means cathode, and gets deposited on it. That is why you must clean it first. Actually in the higher classes you are going to weigh it also. Before experiment you have to weigh it. And after copper being deposited you have to dry it again and weigh it again. Then you will know amount of copper deposited. From the other electrode an equal amount of copper gets dissolved in the solution. So other that gives out impure copper, that will be decomposed into pure copper and gets deposited on a cathode. And what do you conclude? Loss of copper from the solution is restored and the process continues. So it will be balanced. Positive ions are copper, negative ions are sulfate. This means that copper gets transferred from one electrode to the other. This is a process of electroplating. Similarly, you can take silver nitrate and get silver deposited on the cathode. Gold, chromium, many metals like that. So all the cheaper metals can be made into more attractive. Okay? And one more interesting thing you must note, chromium. Why chromium is used? Especially cycle stands and even the wheels of the car tires. Chromium has a shiny appearance. You might have seen stainless steel, the steel what you are using for eating, drinking purpose. There you have stainless steel, stainless steel. It's also iron only, but to that iron they add chromium, then nickel, then some carbon. That is called alloys. So that alloys are made just to make it more shining. And one more thing is, it does not corrode. For many years it won't get corroded. It resists scratches. You cannot scratch it. As chromium is expensive, the object is made from a cheaper metal. Only on a coating of chromium over it is deposited. So full cycle handle is not chromium because it is very costly. So cheaper metal they take, on that coating of chromium is made. Okay, similarly jewelry makers. electroplate silver and gold on less expensive metals like say zinc, nickel and so on. So cheaper metals are taken. In that, costly metals like silver and gold are coated by passing electric current through the solution, respective solutions. Also tin cans used for storing food are made by electroplating tin into iron. See, export quality food. You might have seen nowadays in the market lot of packed items are coming. Most of them are tin cans. That looks very attractive. Why it looks attractive? Because of electroplating. So by electroplating it becomes more shining, more durable. Okay? I think you understood this interesting factor. Now let us see some home assignment. What do you mean by electroplating? Why iron is galvanized by coating with zinc? Why are tin cans used for storing food? Write down the important points which we should remember while electroplating. Now let us see what Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai says. Gratitude is the greatest virtue that one can possess. Can you name any animal having gratitude? Correct? Dog. Dog is a very faithful and friendly. It has got lot of gratitude. It never bark at its master. The master may come in any form. It will not harm. We must be grateful for all the gifts that God has bestowed upon us. From morning till night, just imagine what all the gifts God has given. Can you name some of them? Our human body is a gift. The water we drink, the air we breathe, the nature around us, our parents, teachers, or whatever you eating from nature. All this, everything is gift of God. So we have to be grateful. Correct? So come prepared with all the home assignments. Thank you.